Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. With me is my beautiful wife, Tina.
Dropping my phone. Hi, guys.
Over here, we got Tommy.
What's up?
And over there, we got Mike.
What's up?
And this is our WrestleMania show.
Woo-hoo!
WrestleMania!
Yeah,
Wrestling.
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 all right.
Oh, gosh.
Cheers.
I was like, what was that?
Reminder to follow our Twitter account at CCG_WrestleCast.
I
Subscribe
heard
to
this
Countdown
week.
City Geeks YouTube channel. Send us an email with your thoughts for WrestleMania. If you want to do it anonymously, ccg.wrestlecast@gmail.com.
It's
Yeah.
up there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Raise the roof.
This is going to be a fun show.
Roof is not our child.
So-
I will raise it.
We are going to be previewing NXT Takeover New York, WrestleMania 35, and share our thoughts on the latest episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, which covered, of all things, WWE.
Which actually didn't surprise me that much when I remembered who we were talking about. John Oliver kind of covers everything.
Yeah, John Oliver's great, though.
Yeah, he is. He's
And
awesome.
He said he's a fan.
he got a reaction
Yeah,
from CM Punk on Twitter, which is awesome. So
the one guy who can do
Yeah.
that.
we'll get to that, what his thoughts, what basically the show, we'll discuss it, what WWE's response to that was,
Made me
what
laugh
each
too hard.
response to that was, and everything like that. So let's jump right into it. NXT TakeOver New York. 5 matches on the card. This is happening Friday night, WrestleMania weekend at the Barclays Center. Because as we showed you guys last week, G1 Supercard is Saturday. And that's Supercard.
And that each show actually got better since we
They
recorded.
sold it out.
I missed that episode. My
That's
bad.
okay.
It's
She
okay.
did pick Just Jay Lethal, so that's all we need.
And
That's
Kelly
her-
Klein.
and Kelly Klein.
He missed that.
I'm sorry, my bad. I'll write it down. Anyway, we'll start with the
late
NXT
now.
North American Championship. Velveteen Dream defending against Matt Riddle.
Dream.
Dream. There we go. Let's jump right into it.
Come on. I'm not even gonna touch
Okay.
that. But
Mike, what do you got?
I'm going to go Dream too.
Dream.
Yeah.
Tommy?
I'm going with Dream. Yeah, I
right.
just think it's Dream's time still.
I am
Velveteen
lone wolfing this and
Dream.
going with
Really?
Matt Riddle.
I am actually just surprised
Bro.
Bro.
They're selling this guy as like a big thing, and something tells me Dream is going to be making his way up very, very soon.
by that. Well, it depends on what tights he's wearing.
you mean the Monday after Raw?
With all
No,
due respect,
Or
not just
SmackDown,
that,
or
but
SmackDown?
the following week is the whole superstar shakeup apparently. So.
as
Oh, I forgot about
Did y'all
that.
forget
I
about
forgot
that?
about
great
it.
as that is, they've.
I still don't
okay.
think Matt Riddle should be
Yeah.
champion.
WWE United Kingdom Championship, Pete Dunne
Gee,
holding the title for
okay.
so long against Walter. I'm going to come right out and say it. I think Walter is taking the title off Dunne.
I'm
They've
gonna
been
agree with
finally
you.
finding somebody.
Same.
that
I
can-
agree with you.
Yeah.
All right, Mike too. Tommy,
I don't
looks
want
like
to agree with you,
you're
but-
conflicted here.
I am extreme. I've been conflicted since Walter showed up. Although this is the match I have been wanting since the NXT UK Takeover Blackpool. I was like, yes, give me this match all day.
It was a great debut.
It was, and all he did was kick Joe Coffey in the face and stand there with his hands behind his back. It was
Yep.
the best debut of all time.
So,
I will agree and go with Walter.
Walter. Tommy
I feel like I'm
picking
committing a cardinal sin betting against Pete Dunne. But
You're okay.
All right, NXT Tag Team Championship match. The War Raiders are defending against Aleister Black and Ricochet, who we just found out are basically working double duty this weekend. They're going to be
Yeah.
wrestling this show and WrestleMania on Sunday.
yeah,
I'm going with the War Raiders.
Yeah.
For that reason, I think it's safe to say Aleister Black and Ricochet are moving up or have moved up, and this is like kind of like the last hurrah kind of thing.
yeah.
I was a bit surprised they won the Dusty Rhodes Classic. I think they were going to give somebody younger for that, but anyone else pick?
I agree with you.
Let me
I
go.
feel it's
War
the same.
Raiders.
They still need to have it a little bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason to put the NXT titles on them if you've got a main roster.
And then they're going to be in a title match at WrestleMania.
Yep. Tommy?
Yeah, I'm gonna go War Raiders too. It's hard for me to bet against Ray Rowe, and besides the fact I think he kind of knows where I live, so I'm scared of him. So yeah, Ray Rowe all the way.
Tommy is picking Ray Rowe every single time.
Yes, out of pure fear.
Not even the War Raiders, just
Just
Ray
Ray
Rowe.
Rowe.
Now.
Although I'm scared of Hanson too by proxy. Just so yeah.
That's probably a smart.
Yeah.
move.
Thank you.
Tommy, you're picking this next one first because it's the
Crap!
hardest one to pick.
Oh my
I
god!
knew you were gonna do that too. I
Hey, you know
somehow
what?
figured you.
You know what? I'm glad you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, you're going last. NXT
That's-
Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler defending in a fatal 4-way against Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kairi Sane. Tommy, anytime now.
I'm thinking. Leave me alone.
Mike, do you have an
Tom,
idea?
Yeah, you want me to go first?
Go
Yes,
ahead, Mike.
thank God.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair
Bianca
to win the
Belair.
title. Part of the reason is I think by Monday night of this week, Baszler's going to be busy doing other things. And
All
that
right.
goes into some of my WrestleMania picks, but we'll get there.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
And I mean, Kairi Sane has won it twice,
Uh-huh.
and I don't think they've given enough time yet to Io to kind of really
You.
develop her into that run. So,
All right.
yeah, I think Bianca Belair is going to have a little run with it.
I'll give Tommy a little more time to drink. Think.
I mean, either
Swear
way.
to God, it's not beer, it's kombucha. But
I mean, it's hidden, so we
You
don't know.
if you don't
that.
know what kombucha is, it's basically
it's really good.
It's tea that's has probiotics in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I gotta try that.
Or is it?
Cronies.
Or is
drink.
it? Or is it?
Oh, no, it
I'm
is.
conflicted as well on this. I feel like I know the title's coming off Baszler one way or another.
That's the one thing I know for sure is that she's not walking out.
And I don't think she's getting pinned, but I am actually going to go with Io Shirai in this one. That's not to say I don't think Bianca Belair won't win it. I feel like they really need to build that up for her. And
Okay, well then, since Tommy, I'm gonna make you go last then.
Okay.
okay,
I'm gonna go with Mike and agree with Bianca
Bianca
Belair.
Belair. All right.
Because she already had the match before, and I feel like she has the charisma and the attitude to be champion. Nothing to say against Io or Kairi, but I feel like they're great wrestlers, but their charisma's not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like if you're gonna take Shayna or like take the belt off Shayna, you need someone to carry that, and she has all that package, and she's
All
a
right.
good wrestler.
I agree with that.
And yeah, I agree. I feel like I don't know if Monday she'll be working somewhere else, but maybe Tuesday.
Oh, well.
Oh, Shayna? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, Tommy.
All right.
Moment of truth.
I'm going with Io Shirai. I'm going
Io
with JC.
Shirai, all
Yeah.
right.
So.
Whoa! No one's picking the
No
champion.
one picking. Well, my
No
daughter.
one's
would-
picking the champ or the
No one's picking the
two-time
champ, but I
former
think my
champ.
daughter would pick Kairi Sane in this one. She loves the pirate.
I would laugh if
Write it down. Adi's picking Kyrie.
Yep.
if Audie's right and we're all wrong. Next time, let's Audie pick all the matches. I don't
might
care.
as well.
I don't care if she
I
knows
think
what
we
they
do
are.
need to start getting her picks in.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Just
She's going to be 5 for crying out loud.
Look,
But
just show her pictures, ask her, and whoever she picks from now on, WWE wise, I'm going with her.
So the funny thing, a short story about my daughter. Celebrity Fan Fest is going to happen, and Becky Lynch, Daniel Bryan, and Finn Balor is going to be here.
Right.
And we basically asked her, out of those 3, who do you want to meet and take a picture with? And she's first reaction was Finn Balor.
Yep.
Nice.
I want to meet Finn Balor. I want to take a picture with Finn Balor.
Finn freeze.
Finn Balor's my favorite.
She's a
Da-da-da.
little young to care about abs, but I mean, come on.
She knows who Becky Lynch is.
She knows that.
And she
Wow.
knows what Becky Lynch is. She kind of knows what Daniel Bryan is, but she kind of knew him as like yes, chat. Now
Yeah.
she doesn't
So
know.
if we get that set up, I'm
who
going
he
to be playing his theme music as we walk up to meet him. That's probably what's going to
But
happen.
before we move on to the next pick, and we may have to check the tape for this.
What's up?
Did I call her Bianca Belair when I picked?
You did.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It was in my head. Now
West
I'm just like,
Philadelphia.
Born and raised.
raised.
Where I spent most of my
Belair,
days.
Bianca Belair. Just to confirm.
Yes. That's a quick way to remember. And a couple of guys. They're up to no good.
Sorry.
It was a clear black. Oh, we already did that.
So we're picking the NXT Championship. 2 out of 3 falls in next match. All right.
Ooh.
Adam
good
Cole.
Baby.
Against Johnny Gargano. Vacant, unfortunately, will not get to defend his NXT Championship.
Bacon's getting screwed.
He really is.
This is a hard one for
Man
me.
deserves to
Bacon,
be in
go
the
to
Hall of Fame.
AEW.
This is a very hard one to call.
Oh my God. Okay, here's the thing.
I know.
Mainly because Johnny was in the main roster, and
Now he's
then
back.
Ciampa got hurt, and he had to go back. So I don't know, like where he's like in limbo. I have no idea where he's at now.
I'll go
Yeah.
if y'all don't ready to pick.
I actually am ready, and I think Gargano is going to win. Finally, get the NXT Championship.
Johnny wrestling.
And unfortunately, yes, Ciampa's hurt. I don't know how long Ciampa's going to be. It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that is like, not that Adam Cole doesn't deserve. It's not a bad pick either way on this one.
There really isn't, no.
The 2 out of 3 falls is going to be nuts, and
That is the craziest part about this.
I think they're ready to move the Undisputed Era up with AEW. A lot of supposed tag teams are going to be leaving, supposedly.
Quote unquote.
Yep, that's what's going on. Mike, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Adam Cole.
Baby.
All right.
It's like I'm conditioned to do that now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Johnny wrestling.
Johnny Wrestling.
Just whatever you said right now, I was like, okay, makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I like both of them a lot, though.
Actually, I'm going Johnny.
Johnny
Hey,
Rose.
you're
Lone
Wolf.
Wolfie,
Wolfie.
baby.
I do think that either Cole and the Arrow will come up, or they'll stay at NXT and feud with Johnny over the belt. After.
Yep.
Gotta warn us, bro.
No.
Scared me, it's loud.
The Johnny Gargano anime.
I was gonna say, Tommy, do you need to start running?
So 3 out of 4 of us think this is going to be the song we hear as NXT goes off the air Friday night.
But always remember when watching NXT, when they show the little logo to go off the air,
Don't believe
watch
it.
the next 15 seconds.
Yeah,
it's
seriously.
about to go down.
It's not always over.
Yeah. Ciampa got an entire heel turn in that 15 seconds.
It's like a Marvel movie. Wait for the post credit.
Wait, does that mean WrestleMania is DC?
I guess you could say that.
Yes.
Now, this is like, okay, NXT's going to have their show. All right. Ring of Honor New Japan. What do you got? They're going to come out with their show. And if you want our picks for that, check out last week's episode.
Yeah.
Where
I wasn't on.
yeah, Tina wasn't on.
But
I
Jay
called
Lethal
it.
and Kelly Klein. We got
Yeah.
those two.
So if you
those
only
two.
watch this show for me, nah, okay.
Wow.
The confidence.
Just
I
kidding, I'm
love
just
the
kidding, just
confidence.
kidding.
Hashtag
probably-
only for Tina.
Or opposite. You watch the show like, oh, Tina's on it. I don't want to watch it.
Oh,
Oh,
come
no one does
on.
that.
No, don't
This
try to save
beautiful
it now. We
face.
see the way you
Tina,
feel.
Yeah.
no, her and
See
her
the way you
Tina
feel.
isms later.
Tina-isms.
And that's not a
Tina-isms.
Tina said, "You only watch it for me." 2 snaps up in a circle.
So, G1's going to happen, and they're probably going to be like, hey, WWE, what do you got? Follow this. And that's where we get to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We got Flow Rider. Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Is he actually performing?
No,
I keep
I
hearing
don't
that joke, and I'm
know.
like, is he
No.
actually
Oh,
performing?
but
April
Joan Jett
Fools.
is.
Joan Jett is.
That's
yes.
okay, though.
I'm excited
That'd
about
be
that,
awesome.
honestly.
Like of all WrestleMania performances, I'm okay with. I was like, when I heard Joan Jett, I was like, I have to okay that.
That's gonna be awesome.
I love Joan Jett way too much to say no, it's Joan Jett.
Which tells me if she's performing, Ronda's going to be coming out for that match first, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. Now,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you think she can mad walk down that long ramp?
Yes,
So,
I think she could.
here's the thought too. If she first, is Charlotte second, and then the non-champ is last.
yeah.
That would be funny.
Wow.
So
Which
like,
would be awesome because, well, let's face it, Becky's going to get the biggest pop.
Becky is
So-
yeah.
are
That's
there just
actually,
going to be a
that would
bunch of
smart.
men like down the ramps, and she's like the man? And
Actually, I could see that. Like you'd say that jokingly, but I could see like a bunch of A men standing about, but the man's walking down to the
Yeah.
ramp.
Now, Jericho, Geekcaster Jericho, not able to join us. He wanted to call in. Something came up. He's not able to join us, but he did text me some of the picks he has for WrestleMania, so we're going to be able to go through those as well.
Okay.
He didn't pick the Battle Royals, which is what we're going to start with. These kind of last minute together. I remember this was such
Yeah,
a big
this is
deal.
weird.
The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I have a list of people here who have been confirmed for that, including Michael Shea and Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live.
This just reminds me of the time everyone's
How long
tripping.
are they gonna last?
But see, everyone's tripping about this, but this just reminds me of the time Drew Carey was in the Royal Rumble, which made zero
Which
sense.
was hilarious, and he
it was
eliminated
hilarious.
himself.
So I don't think this is a big deal.
I think
Everyone's-
it, but
Can
I
I-
think it works better. I'm sorry. I think it works better in a rumble because they're staggered.
Yeah.
This is everyone at once. That's what's
Can
kind
I-
of weird.
Yes.
you
Can
know?
I ask who's in the list that's already won before?
Nobody.
Braun's never won.
Braun's never won.
Braun's never won this.
Show's
He,
not
he,
on
he,
it? Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy.
Matt
Matt Hardy
won
has
last
one.
year.
That's right. Matt Hardy won last year.
Braun won the Rumble that was in
Okay,
Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
And are the
Oh,
bar
yeah,
in
the
it?
Greatest Royal Rumble. The bar is not in it because they are wrestling.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
added that match.
they just
so-
Oh, they,
Just
oh,
added that.
oh, I,
That's
oh, I
right.
missed that. Wait.
That's on SmackDown. Oh, we'll get to that. They
four-way?
basically made a fatal 4-way.
They made a tag team
Right
match.
here.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I see
That
it
was
now.
just
Okay.
added. Yeah, so we'll get to that. So, anyone feel free to make a pick now.
Are you kidding me?
It
The
could
Hardys
be
are in
anybody on this
FBS.
list or anyone that's not on this list. They will add
unless,
people.
Unless shenanigans, why would you not have Braun Strowman?
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
some kind of like
I'm saying Braun Strowman
some
too.
comedy
I'm with-
stuff with those guys from SNL, why would it not be Braun?
So
I'm saying
Mike's
Braun.
going Braun. Tommy's going Braun. Tina.
I'm gonna wild card it and say Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton
Nice.
Benjamin. Wow.
That's okay. Oh,
I don't think I'm right.
oh,
but
crap! I forgot Mustafa Ali was in this. Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, it's just Ali now.
Mustafa
What's
Ali. I
with
don't
the shortening names, people?
So
Come on.
because
okay.
Vince forgets what people's actual names are.
Like I think we talked about this last week, or maybe not. But not only is it shortening the name that he's obsessed with, the whole point of Mustafa Ali was he was trying to go with that typical Middle Eastern name, but not have it be a typical villain. And
Exactly.
then you take it
Yeah.
off. It's just like
Which they've been doing that. Antonio Cesaro, Andrade Cien Almas, Andrade.
I don't know. He's either a Madonna or a Brazilian soccer fan.
Yeah.
What was Rusev's first name?
Alexander Rusev.
Alexander.
Or Elias Sampson.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I already forgot that part.
About that one.
My pick is a bit of a wild card, but I'm going with EC3.
Wow.
Actually, that's not a bad pick either.
So,
No, it's a horrible.
Ladies and gentlemen.
all right. And now the
EC3.
WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, because they don't have a woman they can name it after. At least when they tried last year, there was a little bit of controversy.
There was a lot of controversy.
And they haven't changed the design of the trophy I saw tonight. So
I saw
Yeah,
that
just feel
too.
like they need a better design. So,
or just a trophy instead of trying to.
I'm trying to remember who won this last year. Last year was the first year that they did it.
Naomi.
Yeah.
Naomi won. Okay, so this is a list again who we have confirmed for this match. So probably will add more.
I think they're going to add some NXT women, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it can be anyone on this list or anyone that they haven't announced. Who are y'all picking?
I'm going to go with Asuka because I feel you got to throw her some bone for screwing her over.
Okay,
and
you'd be like, oh, here you go. Sorry.
pretty much.
I'm
my
gonna go with
reasoning.
a wild card again. Nikki Cross.
That'd be fun.
Tina, you're not the only one picking Nikki Cross because I am too. So yeah.
I'm torn between her
It's like
and
you guys are married.
Wait, well, it's the thing. I've been back and forth between her and Sonya Deville, but I think Nikki Cross is going to be one.
You're not picking Mandy.
No, but that's a great idea. I'm
Part
gonna
of
put
me
Oh, why did you bring?
Part of me
her?
also wanted to pick Dana, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play this beautiful music.
Oh God, Saxton, be quiet.
Renee, you are
Hey!
and I'm gonna turn that off.
Renee, you are ruining this experience for me.
And I'm gonna turn it off.
All right, tell me who you got.
I'm gonna go with Asuka. I'm
Asuka.
torn. I was torn between her and Nikki Cross, but I want Asuka to get something. I mean, for the love of God,
I mean,
what has this year been?
in honesty, you could have her, do really strong and then be like, she's on a mission.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
They
Yeah,
could have
yeah.
just added her in the freaking fatal in third triple.
Do you all
threat.
have any picks from other shows that might come?
NXT.
Unless
Surprises calling up for next team.
unless Shayna or
how
Kyrie
about
Call
come
up just to be in the
How
Rumble.
about Mia Yim?
Yeah.
Mia Yim would be great.
Mia
Yes.
could be in
But
there.
is it-
I think Cassie, what's her name? The real small athletic one that was on the...
Cassie.
Oh yeah,
American Ninja Warrior one?
Cassie, she's Ricochet's girlfriend. Cassie.
Cassie Constanza.
There you go.
There
to
you
do more...
I don't think I ever could pronounce
to
her
do
name
more
I think they're
trophy
gonna.
spots.
I think when she moves up, they're gonna take off the Constanza.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, no, someone else. Can
Anzo
even though that's a real
Constanza.
name, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. First match we have here: AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, aka Tina's favorite wrestler, versus the Heartthrob.
Make her
she
go
can't stop
first.
staring at. Well, Jericho said his pick for this one. He says Orton for the win, but I want him to put AJ through the ringer. I want him to really make AJ work. AJ's athleticism is incredible. First of all, the promo that they had today on the Kevin
my
Owens
God.
show on SmackDown.
I didn't watch it, but they told me about it.
Yeah,
so-
Watch it.
I was just waiting for AJ to say something about somebody going AWOL. Didn't
Oh
happen.
dang! I
That's
If you would
right.
have said that, that would have been.
That'd have been
it.
awesome. So,
I forgot that ever happened.
Tina, you are going to go first on this one. So, who you got?
Of course I am. So we have my boyfriend, basically, Randy Orton,
Side
and
piece.
my favorite.
Nothing. Go ahead.
What'd you say?
Side piece.
Side. Oh, yeah. I'm like,
I love how she was gonna get mad. She's like, "What?
Oh,
yeah, that's true.
That's true.
and then
What'd
my-
you say? Oh, yeah, that's true."
And then my pretty much my favorite wrestler right now, besides my all-time favorite Shawn Michaels, but AJ Styles. So this is really hard, but I'm gonna, as far as wrestling is concerned, and after seeing that promo, I'm gonna go with AJ Styles.
All right.
But she's willing to ice down Randy Orton after the match if he needs it.
Definitely. I am
She has
all
my
there,
permission.
Randy.
It's an agreement in our marriage.
Whoa! I did it. Wait, don't be telling those people our business.
It's whatever.
The list.
His is only. His is Gilkin. So.
Mike, go ahead.
What, with the list? Oh.
No, with your pick. Yes.
I just made the list.
I mean, well, never mind. AJ Styles.
It's just
Going with AJ.
Tommy, go ahead.
I'm going with AJ Styles.
All right.
Hey,
Good
hey,
Lord.
engaged man, y'all are going to have to talk about a list soon.
Oy.
Do you
Well,
have
I know who can't be on mine because she's already threatened her twice.
Well, I mean, Melinda does
Dang.
too, so.
Everyone here, Jericho, you are lone wolfing this one because all of us are picking AJ Styles. The man just signed a extension, so I see no reason why you couldn't put this guy over against the quote-unquote legend killer. If he's going to try and kill the legend of the indies if you've been trying to promote it. So
A couple weeks ago when they were doing promos too, I also loved AJ with the Come on, you have to have more than this.
Not only,
Yeah.
not only
Yep.
that, you just signed AJ Styles to an extended contract. So
Yep.
And no offense to Orton, but his point of, well, you saw some bingo halls. Yeah, and half those guys are now on your roster.
Like I was
Yep.
honestly, I
They're
was
invading
wondering
people.
if Kevin Owens was going to get involved in that part
Yeah.
of the discussion because I was like,
no,
dude,
my
he's
favorite part.
KO right there.
My favorite part is when he says something about the like the drug thing, like
Yeah.
you're failing drug tests or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're the John Cena, you're the whatever. And you just see
Yeah.
Kevin Owens
Just gets up and leaves.
Yeah,
gets
so
up and leaves and
these
gets out of the ring.
like literally, if there was a thought bubble, like these two
like-
about to fight.
yeah. So the funniest thing about him saying that, because like I actually have seen Daniel Bryan wrestle when he was Bryan Danielson. I think
Right.
weren't we there? Like it was like what 30 of us in that building, maybe 50. That when he
What,
was at
in
ACW.
Austin?
Yeah,
No,
here-
the
here.
ACW pulled like hundreds of people.
They did, but it was like one of their very first shows. It was maybe 100 people in there. It's like amazing how he said that. Yeah, we saw him. He was wrestling in front of 100 people for maybe what $200 or $500 at that time. Now he's one of the biggest acts in wrestling.
It was
now.
it was a 4-way dance, and you had to get tagged into the match. And
Yeah.
when he got tagged out, the crowd just went, "Oh,
Oh,
that was the funniest reaction ever.
do you guys remember him doing like I think it was the test of strength with Skylar Skelly and Skylar? what's
Yes,
his name?
no, Skelly, yeah.
Oh yeah, pretending like he was hurting him. Daniel's like,
Yeah.
oh, no, just kidding.
Yeah, I gotta find that DVD. That was so great. I gotta watch that again.
I was also thinking that AJ was going to be like, well, you were here for 20 years because you had a father that let I was thought he was gonna
that's
do that
true."
too, but-
Yeah.
Could have brought that up. Yep.
Oh, there are so many ways that you can get at Randy Orton in a promo. Like,
There is.
I think AJ just picked and choose which one he wanted to say.
I know.
They were great though.
Yeah.
Looking
Again,
forward to that
reality
match.
era people, stuff you have out there is going to come back and haunt you.
Absolutely.
All right, Jericho's pick for the next match: Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. He says McIntyre for the win because he's definitely proven himself. Also, Reigns sucks. He's Roman Reigns hater. Hates the way he's booked, basically. So Jericho is picking Drew McIntyre.
Look, it's okay to
Well-
say he hates him.
well,
I mean,
It's just funny.
well,
opinion.
because of the
I know,
way,
he does.
and also because of the way it's booked, I think Roman Reigns is going to win. So Roman,
I'm gonna go
especially
Roman
since he
too,
just
though.
came back.
Is everyone else
He's
picking
going to
Roman?
win.
Is anybody else going Drew McIntyre besides Jericho at this point?
No.
Actually,
Oh, well, okay.
actually,
Did you see that?
I saw my dad.
I think I'm gonna go Drew.
Okay.
Drew? Okay.
Yeah, but okay. So this is nothing against Roman or his comeback. Thank God he's back. I'm happy he's back in remission and everything. I think here's why I think Drew's gonna win. Not because Roman sucks, but because I think they're trying to build up Drew as this monster, psychopathic heel that they need right now. Let's face it. Brock's out the door almost. The next big guy you'll have is Bobby Lashley, which will be fine. But I think the big psycho scary heel that they need next will be Drew McIntyre. And I think if you want him to be that heel, the way to do it is to take out Samoa and Superman. And I think that's why. So
Okay.
again, this is nothing against Roman, and if Roman wins, I won't be shocked at all. But but this time my money's on Drew.
All right.
I agree with that thinking. I just don't think WWE would do it that way. I feel
No,
I mean, and that's fine. Like,
Feel
I
good
just-
story. It's going to be interesting to see how the New York crowd responds to Roman Reigns.
I feel like the way they're going to do it is have Roman win, and then if they want to do that, have McIntyre take him out again.
Like after the match,
Yeah.
After the match,
like
or
him
even
like
Monday
Start
night
building
the
that
next-
up.
yeah.
like three Claymores right after the bell, or
Right.
yeah,
Yep.
After the
okay,
pin,
that's
yeah.
okay, that's fair.
Now, next is Triple H versus Batista. It's a no holds barred match, which is like an old school way of saying no DQ. Triple H must retire if he loses. Jericho is picking Triple H. He says, quote, Triple H for the win. Batista can suck it. See what I did there? Of course, with Triple H going into the Hall of Fame as part of DX the night before. Let's not remember that. So, I'm going with Batista. I think that last injury Triple H had where he tore his pec in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And Shawn Michaels seeing there, we're too old for this. On camera, I feel like it's finally realized, like, hey, I can't really do this much longer. And for all we know, Triple H could be headlining the Hall of Fame class for next year's WrestleMania
By himself.
at this point. But yeah, right. So I'm going with Batista. Tina, who you
Same.
got? Batista?
I'm going with Batista.
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 Drax.
Drax, go with
I'm going with
Drax.
Drax because
Yep.
he's, he doesn't move. We can't see him. He might be right there for all I know. Anyways,
That was a great scene.
She can't wait for Endgame.
I
Me
can't.
neither.
I can't. I want to buy the
yeah,
tickets
hello.
now. I need a
Got
babys-
tickets already.
You
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Oh,
we need a-
nice.
we need a babysitter. Can you?
I mean, I'm going twice that weekend, so not during
Well, I'm
the
not
Well,
gonna-
it'd probably be during the week
We're not
for
going
us.
to be here that weekend, but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
it'll
gonna
probably be
be
during
there.
the week for us. But anyway,
Anyway.
Mike,
Oh,
who you
dude,
got?
3 hours on a weekday? I don't know about that, buddy. Oh,
Hey, we're crazy people.
That's
Fiesta
true.
time.
yeah, but we're not. So.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Batista for no other reason than his promo on Monday night.
Oh,
was
yes.
the best.
It was.
That was pretty good.
And
Oh, man.
honestly, Drax needs a win because
Give me what I want.
He dissolved. So I mean,
Not that one.
Oh, I'm just saying. Give me what I
Give me what I want. Yeah.
That was funny though.
It was a stark contrast to the dumb promo to set the
Yeah.
match up. Tommy, who you picking?
I will also go with Batista. I originally was going to think Triple H, but I think I'll go with Batista just because.
Again, Jericho's a lone wolf again.
Yeah.
He's level for this one.
Well,
You're Baron Corbining this one, Jericho.
well, actually, he didn't Baron Corbin the McIntyre one.
No, he didn't Corbin. He's got two. He's
That
Baron
was the
Corbin.
Randy one.
That's
Yeah.
true. But this one, I'm like, Triple H doesn't need to win. And yeah, I think I think his body's like saying, "Ow." Okay.
Yep.
And Batista's like, "Hey, can we get this last one?" He's like, "Sure, Dave. Whatever, bro." Beat up Ric Flair to set it up. He's like, "Okay, cool, we'll do that."
plus he's weeks away from a new movie. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then getting ready to film for Guardians 3. Thank God.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, that might be a
After
couple
James
years,
Gunn
but
finishes
yes.
Suicide Squad 2.
Thank God. I don't care. This is as long as it's back for Guardians 3.
Now the next match, Kurt Angle's retirement match against Baron
Okay,
Corbin.
wait a minute. Can I just ask the question?
Well,
Is anybody going to Baron Corbin with Baron Corbin?
let's start here. Jericho says Angle to win with the ankle lock. I hope he breaks Corbin's ankle. Sorry, not sorry. I can't stand Corbin. So let's throw that out there.
Can we start this with your?
I'm picking this
with your theory.
with
JC?
my theory.
Yeah, I want to hear your theory.
Yes, as you
Oh.
recall last.
He told me this last week.
Yeah, as you recall, I kind of teased that I had a theory on this match.
It looks like it's coming true. Honestly.
Yeah, I think first of all, Angle is going to win. Straight up on this match, Angle's going to win, and it's going to be a squash.
Oh,
It's going to be a squash,
okay.
and crowd's going to love it. And there are two possibilities of who's going to come out and challenge Angle for his real retirement match. Now, everyone's like, okay, he had got to pick the matches leading up to this. Corbin's the one he didn't get to pick, supposedly. And yeah, they have to kind of wrap this storyline up, so Angle's going to do it quick. And I've been going back and forth. I have like two options here. But I think John Cena is going to come out and challenge Kurt Angle for his real retirement match. Now, I think if that does happen, I think Cena is going to win. A way to put him over for Cena's first match in WWE, as we all recall that.
Yeah.
My other option on that is that it would be The Undertaker that comes out for a final challenge. And at that point, I don't care who wins because
Yeah, at
neither
that
one
point.
needs that one at that
Yeah.
point. So,
At that point, I don't know if anyone's going to survive.
And so you know how I am the not the statistician, but I'm the one that reads a lot of articles about rumors and stuff. I actually did read somewhere where Cena has and will sign a contract for a WrestleMania match, but they did not obviously address that this past week on Raw or SmackDown. But he apparently has a contract that was given to him to do a WrestleMania match. All they said was possibility could be Angle, and the other possibility could be that he interrupts Elias and has a match with him.
I'm really hoping it's Angle.
I think it's
Yeah.
Angle.
Yeah,
I
that's
think it's Angle, just like you. I'm gonna pick Angle to squash Corbin as well, and
Okay.
probably
Yeah,
Cena's gonna win.
officially for the match, I'm going.
Yeah,
Angle.
officially for the match, I'm going with Angle.
So everyone's picking Angle.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't hate Corbin, but I want to see him lose.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Obviously, if this doesn't happen, I hope that this is a great match. And everyone craps on Corbin. And it's about this character and everything like that. If this is really going to be his retirement match, you better have Corbin showcase what he can do and Kurt Angle put him over.
Yeah.
But our theory is that this is going to be a squash, as hated as Corbin is, and it's going to move into that. So, all right, on to our next match here. We got Shane against The Miz, Falls Count Anywhere, and honestly, the build-up for this has been insane.
Actually,
been
legitimately
really
fun.
good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Jericho, Miz to win because he's awesome.
And he came to play.
He said, you have to say it like that. I just said it like that. That was good enough. All right, so Jericho's picking The Miz. Tina.
The Miz.
I knew
You
you, were
know
picking
I
The
won't-
Miz. I know you won't go anywhere with this.
I won't say anybody.
Mike?
Sometimes,
The
not all
Miz.
the time, but
Miz.
Needs to be. There's no reason for Shane to win matches.
Very true. Tommy?
I'm going Miz. That's
He's gonna
like,
do something insane though.
Yes.
Now, here's the big question. I am going with The Miz, but does The Miz then claim he is the best in the world,
Yes.
turn
Yeah.
heel, and run with that?
Yes,
Yep.
of course.
Yep.
Immediately?
Please.
I don't know. I don't know about immediately.
It
We'll
would be
see.
awesome.
Well, that depends on who wins the WWE Championship.
Okay, let's see here.
True,
Does
but I
Jericho
would
pick
say
the next
yes.
Match? No, he doesn't. Okay.
By who I think is gonna win the WWE Championship, I
right.
would say yes.
That's fair. Okay.
All right. Now we're getting into the championship matches. Yes, just now.
Think about that. Just now. We're getting
Just
to
now.
champion-
Starting with the Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy defending against Tony Nese, a.k.a. Tony Abs, as Enzo Moore used to call him. I am going with Tony Nese for this one. Finally going to get a title
I
change.
mean, he's
And-
got to lose it at some point.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
you would think Mania would be a spot to lose it. And please, dear God, do not put this on the pre-show.
I was just gonna say that.
You know
I was
it's on
like,
the
oh,
pre-show,
God.
Jesse.
It's
You
either
know
gonna
it
be
is.
on the pre-show or it's gonna be the bathroom break, as everyone says. Sadly.
It could be the opening match. Just put it on
That's
the freaking
fine.
main
I just-
show.
They're not gonna
Cruiserweights
open
deserve to be on the
WrestleMania
main card.
They
that's
do.
They do.
just
They're not
honestly,
going to
They do.
open Mania with it.
you know, put the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on the pre-show for crying out loud. So.
Actually, I, wouldn't
think-
mind
I'm
that.
pretty sure
I
it
hate to
is.
say it. I think the women one is going to be on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly, because I know they're
Sadly.
gonna Michael change Colin Jost being the Andre the Giant. They're gonna put that on the main show. So, Tommy, who you got?
I got Tony Nese on this one only because I think Buddy Murphy's got to lose it at some point. So I think this is the time for Nese to get it, just for someone fresh to have it. You know, someone like not everyone can clearly see coming.
All right, Tina.
Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy, ride or die, Buddy
ride or
Murphy.
die.
I just, no offense to Tony Nese, I just feel like Buddy's built it up so well that he should keep it a little bit longer.
Juggernaut
All right.
205.
Mike.
I don't know. I debate between always choose Buddy Murphy or he's got to lose it eventually. I'll go Tony Nese. Why not? He's got to lose it
Tony
eventually.
Nese. All right, Tina is Baron Corbining this pick.
Ooh.
I mean, if you're gonna
Ow.
Baron
Jericho did not
Corbin
have a
with
pick on
someone,
this one, so no
Buddy
one.
Murphy is a good one.
All right, U.S. title. Jericho, this is not a pick. He said U.S. title down for either to win. Both are great. You got to make a pick, bro.
I'm sorry.
All right. So Jericho's picking the referee. I'm picking Samoa Joe.
He's picking vacant.
Picking vacant, right? No contest. I'm picking Samoa Joe. Tina, who you got?
Samoa Joe, a guy that I hold on, I didn't pick him.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I did.
You racing?
They're both great.
I'll say they're both great wrestlers and mi gente.
Samoa Joe's tu gente?
Yeah. I said Samoa Joe and mi gente.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna go against mi gente, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe. See, I started writing it down too. What was your pick? All right, Tommy.
Well, get over it.
Yeah, I'm going Samoa. Okay, I'm going Samoa Joe because I think, for the love of God, he needs a huge win. He needs a WrestleMania win at this point.
Yeah.
Ray doesn't really need one. He won the Rumble. He won the Triple
Yeah.
Threat.
I feel like
Ray's solid.
I feel like you also have to keep a few titles the same.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true too.
All right, Mike.
And no, I'm going to go with Joe too. And I think, on the SmackDown side, even though they may switch things up in a couple weeks, the same thing you said about McIntyre, I feel here. Like
About
I
Jo-
feel
yeah,
like Joe
about
can start,
Joe.
especially if we think, like you said, the title match, another one,
Yep.
that could be right behind the,
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the U.S. title has lost a lot of prestige, and you need someone like Joe to build it back up.
Yes.
That's true.
Make it something big. Intercontinental Championship match.
Okay, are we really?
Hold on.
Okay.
Jericho says, by the way, it's Bobby Lashley defending against Finn Balor.
Is he?
Jericho says Balor for the win. I'm hoping he comes out as the Demon. We can't confirm. Apparently, for this it was confirmed on Raw.
Yep.
Demon
they said.
Balor is coming out with the Intercontinental
man.
title.
Granted,
That's it, Finn for the win.
Finn for the win for me too. Anyone
Ride or
else?
die.
I'm Finn for the win on this one.
no, I'm picking the Demon, gentlemen.
Okay.
And lady.
The Demon is undefeated and it's going to stay that way. And my God, I cannot wait for him to finally make a Demon entrance at WrestleMania. We've been
Yes.
waiting for this ever since he got signed.
Can
so.
you
Yeah.
crawl all the way down the road?
I was
Be a
thinking
long-
something
I hope
similar.
so.
I wonder how long the ramp is, but we'll find out. I guess.
They're gonna have like those little like escalator ramps. He's just gonna sit there on all fours and just go right down.
Well,
with
remember that year that the Undertaker came out and like he stood on
Halfway
a
down the
platform?
ramp?
Yeah,
Yes.
he stood on a platform and it was like a rolling platform and carried him all the
Oh,
way down.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
They just had the mist around
No,
it so you
it
couldn't
would be
see.
funnier if he was in a go kart.
oh,
In the
No.
go-kart, he's just like.
No, it would be funnier if he was crouched.
you
like-
said that.
like-
I immediately thought of Mario Kart. He's gonna have like a blue shell and
like-
throw it at him.
Like what show is it that we went to and they like
Royal Rumble.
That was Royal Rumble when
and
they did
Big,
that.
and Big,
2017.
and Big Show.
All the
Big
big
Show,
guys had to jump
all
on
the
a
big
golf
guys
cart.
had to get a golf cart and write that down, and we
Yeah.
couldn't stop laughing.
No, even better. He's in a harness, like like that Spider-Man musical they try to make, and he's just like,
Oh, web slinging in.
Let's look at it.
Yeah. Which is funny, though. You mentioned the golf cart thing, and people photoshopped the golf cart on Mario Kart, and like Mario and Luigi throwing shells at him.
never saw that. I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
go
a
look
great
for that.
Photoshop. Look for that. All right. Jericho, I don't think sent a pick for this next one because this match was probably the most recent one made for the show, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship in a Fatal 4-Way. Now, this one was added basically. Alexa Bliss made this match because the Usos
forfeited
their spot. She felt they needed to be punished. So it is going to be a 4-way
Oh,
against
what?
Aleister Black, Ricochet, The Bar.
Alexa did.
Yeah.
I missed this. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was on Smack. Was it on SmackDown?
It was on SmackDown.
Oh,
She showed up at SmackDown to do this. Yeah.
she's the
This
host,
was-
okay.
Yeah, she's the host.
Then I missed that part.
Against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. So,
Alexa.
Jericho doesn't have a pick on this one. This was made the most recent. Watch what your words are, people. All right.
Alexa Bliss sucks.
Oh, wait, actually, Jericho did pick this one. I'm sorry. Where did he
Yeah.
put it? Yes, he did. Ricochet Black for the win. They deserve it. I'd love to see where they go as a tag team. So Jericho is going with the most recent call-ups here.
The way if you saw that segment, once they announced it, everyone started beating each other up, and then they put Aleister and Ricochet as like the ones that got everybody out of the ring, and then they pointed to the sign. So
Ooh.
because of that, I'm picking them as well.
All right. Tommy,
I'm right down with the Usos.
the Usos.
Because look, I'm sorry. After what they did last week for the New Day,
Yeah, that's true.
I can't bet against them. So even if I crash and burn with this pick, I'm riding with the superheroes
The
of this story
Usos.
right now.
AKA the adult version of Dalton Castle's
And
boys.
why aren't the Hardys in
Oh my
this?
God, you see that?
Because the Hardys are in the Andre the Giant
I know,
Battle Royal.
but okay.
You asked, I answered. All right, Mike.
Maybe there'll be
Yes,
a surprise.
I wish.
I know I'm going to be wrong too, but speaking of ride or die, I got to go with the bar. 'Cause
That's fair too.
Yeah.
they're just
Well, to me, also, how often have the Usos really been to WrestleMania?
yeah.
I mean, by
We
comparison,
were talking about this. Would this be pre-show?
Jesus, I hope
I
not.
hope this is not. It might be
I
early.
hope not.
Because
Well, doesn't the
pre-show's
pre-show
on-
start at noon?
Yeah.
So it probably.
It
The
starts at
pre-show
3.
starts at 9 a.m. What are you talking about?
You know, and if it is on the pre-show,
Okay, his music is sick. I ain't lying.
I'm going with Black and Ricochet.
Ole.
Great way to end the pre-show is to have these guys holding the belts at the end.
But they
That's true.
don't need to be a tag team.
I know,
There's
I
that
agree,
too.
but hey,
Again,
There's that too.
how many tag teams have been tag team
I
champions that
know.
didn't go well together?
I know.
AKA the
it's not like these guys hate
Bar,
each other
AKA
though. But you
Yeah,
know,
but
this is different. It's just like, hey, these guys are in
Wait,
NXT.
why did I say
hey,
AKA?
we're calling them
There's
up.
a genius in my
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of tag teams that really didn't go together that well,
Yeah.
and somehow WWE makes it work.
Yep. Very true.
well,
Yeah, the bar.
I mean, Shane
I'm-
and Miz.
I'm going to throw the people in the tag team make it work, not necessarily.
That's true. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, from one fatal four-way tag team match to another fatal four-way
This
tag
one
team
will definitely
match,
be on the main
Women's
show.
Tag Team Championship.
This is hard for me.
Very hard. Boston Hug Connection against the Divas of Doom. Tina's very excited to see Beth Phoenix back
Yes, I am.
actually, I was actually
against
so
the Iconics. Against Nia Jackson, Tamina. Come on, come up with a name, ladies.
I know they're the only ones I'm like, they need
Well,
a
The
name.
Samoan sisters. Something.
Weren't they
sometimes
this-
the Samoan slaughter.
Weren't they called
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, didn't they call themselves like the Tamina? No, wait, what was it?
Tamina.
Tamina?
Tamania?
I don't know.
Which I was like,
I think she just can't say her name right.
Wow.
I think it was Tamania or something like that. They put it like on.
I have such a messed up joke that
Instagram
I'm
or
not going to
something,
say.
and I was just
I'm not gonna
like,
say it. I'm
that
not
didn't
going to
make
say it.
sense.
Now,
I wanna say it. I'm
Jericho,
not gonna say
Jericho is
Do
picking
it.
the Iconics. I actually want the Iconics to win because they're starting to grow on me, he says. So he's
Damn.
picking the Iconics.
You know what?
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Nice. Mike is picking the Iconics.
I can't decide.
All right, Tina's going to go
I
last.
know
Tommy,
I'm
what you
wrong,
got?
but
I'm actually going Boston Hug Connection
Boston Hug
to
is Tommy.
retain this time around.
I think that's probably right, but
Dude, this is what, okay, this is actually one of the few matches where I'm saying this is where WWE's actually got some good booking because I can't
Yeah.
tell who the winner is.
but
All right.
also, because later we can talk about at the final match what some people have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I do think the title's changing hands. I am just deciding. Oh my God, who would it go to? Honestly, Beth
Lita and
is in
Trish.
Beth is in great shape, and I
Lita
feel
and
like
Trish.
she's back in for a while. I'm picking the Divas of Doom to shock the world. Tina?
This is really hard. I'm gonna go with the Boston Hug Connection.
All right.
Just because I feel like the Divas of Doom thing might be a little like short-lived. I don't know how long Beth will actually be around.
And it might be just.
It might just be a short reign. That's why I'm picking. But yeah,
Right.
I see what you mean.
Right.
Yeah, for
And then
WrestleMania.
Iconics, I feel like they're going to be champion, but I don't know if they're ready to be.
Who do you think is going to get the biggest pop for this, though?
Still got to be Boston
The
Hug.
Boston. I think
Even in New
I
York?
think the Divas of Doom will get the best pop.
Best pop in New York?
Well,
Okay.
I
Gotta be
should
one of
specifically
Well-
specifically Beth.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Definitely. I think they will. And
Beth looks great, by the
yeah,
way.
she does. I think one reason I think Beth really came back. I don't know if she came back. If they win it, fine. You know, I'm not really. This is one of the picks I won't be mad about one way or the other. Like, there's some picks I'll be mad about if I'm wrong, but this is one I won't be mad about. But to me, when Beth came back for this, it to me was like just say like like her and Tyra saying we were a tag team forever before there were belts. Let's just do this one more time and just so I can get it out of our system. She's like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me. So yeah, I'm down.
I can see something happening on Monday Night Raw the next night.
Or like if they win them that one night and then lose them, like, I
Like
can
a
see that too.
24-hour thing, or
Yeah, I can see something like that. Or I could see even like you said, JC, the Divas of Doom win and then they lose it the
Or-
next night.
like at Money in the Bank in
or
May,
Vin- or
something
Vince
like
coming out saying, "It was a good match you had, but now you have to face the Iconics because
Yeah.
I'm picking them."
Yeah, something
Why?
like that.
Because I said.
No,
that.
Vince
You
would have
face
to.
Lacey Evans
I
by
feel-
herself.
Yeah, Vince would have to find two blondes and put them.
I feel
together.
like the only people that I know for a fact
Lacey
will
Evans
not
and a clone?
win.
Yeah.
No, the fact it's sad to say this, but they're the biggest team on there as far as like size and power. Nia and Tamina, and I feel like nobody where no one's going to consider them. Which, sad to say, I don't feel like they should be considered right now.
All right. Now, the Universal Championship match.
later, but not
Brock Lesnar against Seth Rollins.
Dear God, I hope Seth wins.
Jericho picking Seth Rollins. Rollins for the win in this match. Tina? Seth, obviously.
Burn it down.
Tommy?
For the love of all things holy and decent in this freaking life, for all things old and new by the old and new God, Seth Rollins, Jesus.
You're even asking the seven.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
All right. Mike?
Tommy twice?
Yeah.
Seth Rollins.
Tommy would pick Rollins again, right?
Like I've said, this WrestleMania needs to be a new hope. So I'm going Seth, and I think that's telling you where the rest of my picks are going. But yes.
Wait,
Seth.
what if Seth Rollins wins it, but Drew McIntyre jumps in the next night and wins the title?
Okay, then
I'd be
said
good with that too.
New hope at WrestleMania. Empire Strikes Back on Raw. I'm fine with that.
And what
we
about
go.
SmackDown?
So Drew McIntyre is
Or
really Darth
then
Vader?
Monday, Tuesday. I just say Monday because it's the next night.
I know.
Something dark side.
Yeah. We're all picking Seth Rollins. And okay, the build-up for this has been lackluster. Especially for a guy that has won the Rumble to get this match.
Yeah, that's
But
one
this is
reason.
what happens when your champion is not on TV. Get
On
it
TV, nothing. He's never even there.
Exactly
period.
my point. Rollins needs to win this and get the Universal title to mean something again. Now, if Rollins doesn't win this match, you better bring in Cain Velasquez, who knocked out Lesnar in the UFC, to do this, because there's no other believable person that's going to do it. Sorry. You're not going to fast track Roman Reigns back into the Universal title picture this quickly.
You haven't met Vince McMahon.
You haven't, so yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Now, the WWE Championship,
Okay.
which has been rivaling the Women's Championship match for like the best storyline leading up to WrestleMania.
Especially like the last 3
Whoa, whoa,
weeks
whoa,
or
whoa.
so.
I think it's been a better story leading up to, because
Yeah.
we talked about how they messed it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
Although
women.
this
the
past
The
women-
way
Monday-
we got there.
I
The
feel
way
like
we
they
got
messed
there.
up they messed up the story with Kofi also.
That's okay.
I don't feel like it was as nearly as bad, but
No,
Yeah.
Not as bad.
No, you're right, but it was still pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think they saved the women's storyline.
Yeah, we'll talk
just
about that.
Literally this
Monday
past
night,
Raw.
yes.
It was like literally the 11th hour they
Oh
saved.
my
They
God.
saved.
They
it,
should
made
have
it
ended
better.
Raw with that segment.
They
too.
should
Yes,
have.
they should have.
Yeah.
We'll get, like I said, we'll talk about
Let's
it.
talk about that. After this. one.
Jericho, clean win for Kofi. He definitely deserves after all the gauntlet matches and years of hard work. I think it's safe to say here. No, I don't. It's not really safe to say.
No.
We can't really pick this
Nothing
one.
is,
So.
but-
It's not safe to say.
Mike.
New Hope, Kofi.
Kofi.
New Hope, Kofi.
All right, Tommy.
Oh, who did I pray to just a second ago? I got to pick someone else to pray to.
Listina, if your pick's ready, you can pick.
Kofi.
Kofi. All right.
I'm Kofi. I need this, like on a personal level. I need this, like so much. I just want there to be some hope that this all won't be in vain.
I feel if Brock keeps the title, then you have to have Kofi win.
If Brock keeps the title and Kofi doesn't win, I actually think I really might cancel my network subscription.
Ironically,
like, legitimately.
if Brock wins, we should all burn
it down.
Don't burn my house.
No, please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
No,
We love this house.
The it is the
Going to my house.
the it is the WWE. Just so we're clear.
Oh, okay. I think we're going to see more of a hemp championship belt,
Okay.
Wow.
and this build up has been great.
Yeah, it has. Actually, it's been a really
What
good
is the
build-up.
historical background on when people change the belt?
At WrestleMania,
No,
Or
in
just in
general.
general, when
In
they
general,
change-
like when
like-
they change their belt, how long do they have it for?
Good
'Cause
while,
Because I know
actually.
Naomi's didn't last long.
well, okay, Steve Austin was really the first memorable one to do it,
Yeah.
and he held it for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually lost it and got it back.
Smoking Skulls.
Yeah.
Smoking Skull, which
Brock has had a
still my
probable
favorite
version.
WWE Championship design, and I love the way it came out, especially with
See-
the snakeskin back.
Cena's with the U.S. kind of shifted. He kind of like lost it and got it back a few times. But the WWE Championship, he kind of held. Well,
But
The
then they just
WWE
kept the
but
design.
They kept the design.
That's true.
It just lost the spinner, but that was basically he held it for a while.
yeah.
They kept
that.
the spinner for a long time too.
Yeah.
So-
I'm just wondering the
Yeah, I don't. We haven't. Looked
I mean,
at it.
Edge even made his own version
I-
of the Cena spinner belt with the
Yeah.
rated R
I
thing.
feel like Kofi's gonna win, and then he might lose it the next night or
No.
two nights later.
Oh, it's one of
Wait.
like the Zack Ryder thing.
Yep.
Oh,
Wait.
okay. What?
Kofi's gonna win it. RVD's gonna show up. Gonna keep that.
Dude, like you'll get a new belt
Dang.
tomorrow night,
and,
right,
then,
bro?
and then Matt Riddle's gonna show up behind him. No, seriously, gonna.
I was
keep
gonna say the new tag team RVD.
Let's
Matt
be honest.
Riddle.
RVD has
Dang.
applied for that job to burn leftover contraband weed in Laredo for $1,000.
RVD's like, I'll burn it down.
Also, they,
R-
also, they
RV
also offered that to San Antonians.
yeah. So there you
RVD and Matt Riddle tag team named How High.
go. Wow. So I am lone wolfing this, but either way, sadly, I feel like they put some wheels in motion to break up the New Day.
Yes.
That's true.
Whether
too.
Kofi wins
Meh.
or loses, if he wins, Big E wants a shot. If he loses, Big E's going to get pissed off because they did all the hard work to get him for him.
Yeah, I hope not. But
I hope not too, but
But I see your point, though.
you see WWE's trend of breaking up tag teams, and it would suck that
You
they did.
can't have it if he even if he does lose, you can't have it be clean.
Yeah,
Then you'd have to have some sort of shenanigans.
probably.
Yeah.
Now, if Kofi wins, it gets a long title run. Do we see a pancake WWE Championship? belt?
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
That or an entire
Yeah.
pancake party.
Now, what has become history
Yes.
in many ways?
Yeah.
Um,
It was saved last night. Or
yeah.
It was
Now,
legitimately saved.
I'm titling this the WWE Women's Championship because it is winner take all.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be to unify the belts. It's gotta be.
Ronda Rousey as the Raw Women's Champion against Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion against Becky Lynch, the Royal Rumble winner, who had to jump through hoops just to get back in this spot. Jericho is picking Becky Lynch. Joan Jett, as we mentioned, is going to be performing Ronda Rousey's theme song live, which I'm stoked for. I can't wait for that.
I also heard Shrek is making an appearance.
So this is the main event. The first time women are going to be finishing the show at WrestleMania. I think we're all looking forward to it. I think we had talked about when we heard the rumors early on that, you know, what if Charlotte wins a SmackDown title and Becky wants both of them? And that's how we get to the triple threat.
Yeah,
we
who
got
did
to the
say that? I
triple
forget who said
threat.
that first.
We said it like, you know,
Yeah.
after the Rumble.
Yeah, like I remember. I just can't remember who of us said that first, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
Who it was.
I'll take credit if you don't. Probably wasn't me.
Now, I
I
know
don't
who
remember.
I know who Tina's picking, so I'm gonna let you go first here.
I'm going Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
I feel like you have all this buildup. You have everybody backing her. If you screw this up, everybody will be so upset.
Now,
You
here's-
have now mind. Can I?
No, I'm sorry. I was adding. I
No,
apologize.
I'm sorry. You have already rumors, circling that Ronda's not going to be around. So, for sure, I feel like she's not going to win.
Stop talking about my uterus.
And then the only two
I love the
options
reality
left
era. I love the
are
Ronda.
is Charlotte and Becky. And I feel like if you have Charlotte win, you literally have everyone going to basically,
Riot.
in better words, riot and die, and like not die, but like shit on it basically.
Okay.
Sorry, but
That's okay.
because it's like one of those things. Like he said, it's a new hope. If you want a new hope, you have to have Becky Lynch win. On top of the fact that you have the baddest woman on the planet having the Raw Championship, you have Charlotte, who is basically the most decorated woman now in WWE, who is literally handed everything, and you have Becky Lynch, who was the first round pick for SmackDown.
Yeah.
The first time they had a draft, who everybody wanted to basically have everything revolve around her and SmackDown when it first started, when they were split.
And she stayed there.
And
Yeah.
you want someone who has so much backing and so much prestige, I guess you could say, to unify those belts. It's not something that corporate wants, and it's not something that, something that we already know is going to leave.
Hashtag facts.
I just feel like, yes, Ronda is the baddest woman on the planet, but I feel like Becky is going to either make Charlotte tap or pin Charlotte.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Ronda's
Who do you
not-
think she's pinning or tapping?
I think
out?
Charlotte.
Okay.
I don't think Ronda. I think in some weird way that Charlotte and Becky are gonna throw Ronda out of this match at some point, and they're just gonna go at it together
Okay.
because they're like, okay, you don't belong here, throw you out, and let's just do this match ourselves.
All right.
I feel that way, but again, I could be wrong. WWE has really been good at not being predictable anymore, so I have no idea.
We've said it. We wanted it for a while.
Yeah,
we did. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I believe. And the promo that she just did on SmackDown for that little second saying that she's going to leave WrestleMania holding both belts in her hands. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want to see.
All right.
So,
Now, Mike, you're wearing the shirt. I think it's obvious we know who you're picking.
Look, you put the picture up behind us a few times.
The video.
The car has been rolling. Last night may have been that landing.
Yeah.
If it lands in the parking space and he says like a glove, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay? We need Becky to win. Apparently, with my New Hope analogy, Becky is clearly Han Solo because she's the cockiest. I think that makes Kofi Luke, and Seth is Chewie? I don't know. We'll see.
Seth is Chewie.
Sure.
But
Who's Leia in this scenario?
here's my thing.
Charlotte?
She
Charlotte?
needs
Okay.
to pin or tap Rousey,
Ooh.
and Baszler shows up Monday or Tuesday to Empire Strikes Back and start that.
Oh, there
That's what I
we
think.
go. Bold prediction.
I like
Bold prediction.
Ding, ding, ding. Bold prediction from Mike. All right.
bold prediction, Cotton.
It's a bold strategy. Kyle.
I know.
Is that Teenism?
I'm not correcting it this time.
We gotta.
And that's not a spoiler.
We are doing a Countdown City WrestleCast book of Tina-isms, I
Yes.
swear. And we are going to sell them.
We'll get Tommy's publisher for his book and see if we can get that on Amazon.
The matter of the fact is,
That's a Stromanism.
I'm taking it. The matter of the fact is,
I'm taking it. That's
All
awesome.
right. Tommy, who you picking?
I'm going with Becky. I'm going to go ahead and clinch
Who
it.
is she pinning or submitting?
Honestly, I'm saying Rousey. I'm saying she's going to have Rousey tap out. I think honestly, in my head, Charlotte's gonna have. Actually, you know what? Charlotte's gonna have either Ronda or Becky in the figure 8, and whoever's not in is gonna break it up, throw Charlotte out, and then Ronda and Becky will go at it, and then she'll try to get the armbar on Becky, but Becky will reverse it, and she'll like drag her to the center of the ring, and Ronda will tap out. That's
Okay.
my feeling.
Wow.
And hopefully, and this is in my perfect scenario type setting mind. She takes a lesson from Pete Dunne, like he did to Joe Coffey, like while she has her in the armbar, just grabs one finger.
Oh
just
my
pulls it.
god!
Dude,
I
that
hate
was
when Dunn does that.
Dude,
It's
that was my
disgusting.
favorite thing he did. And when he made him tap out, I was like, when you think about how simple that is.
Yes.
You have someone in an armbar, all you do is pull back one finger, just one, and they're like, you know what? Screw this match. I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
If she does that though, she's obliged to have one of the titles in her mouth.
Yeah.
I
If
think-
if she does that, yeah, she is. And you know what? Pete Dunne, Finn Balor, Walter, and all the shit. Walter should come out.
Yes.
and then put his hands behind his back
Just
and
walk away.
I do not think that. I know y'all want to see her tap out Ronda, but I don't think they're gonna have her.
I don't.
Yeah, I would love to see it.
I'm not
I
sure
don't
either.
think you want to have the baddest woman on the planet get tapped
Well,
out.
see, the only reason,
Especially when she's like, the only thing I would say is that she is going to lose because she has talked so much smack about wrestling being fake that I feel that she is not even an option in this right now.
well, and actually, you know what the funny part is? That's why I think she will, is because I think at this point, people, I think to WWE's credit, and this is me saying this, by the way, they're doing a lot more calculating maneuvers with this than people think. What I mean by that is, honestly, who would like not fire her immediately if she was saying all this by herself off the cuff?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Who would allow her without some kind of serious fine, removing her from the match, stripping her of the belt, would allow her to do this? No, they're actually doing this a lot smarter than people think they are. And again, this is me saying that.
Reality era.
Yeah. So I think that's why they might, because she's been so vocal about that.
Yeah.
I just think that if you also have Ronda win, you totally ruin the fact that who else can beat her.
You can't have her win.
You can't have
No,
her win.
she can't. You can't have her win.
You have
No,
to show
she
that
can't
she's
win.
vulnerable in some way.
Well, it won't be Holly Holm. She just re-upped with UFC.
Ew.
Now,
Nice.
up until recently, I had a feeling Becky was not going to win. Until they said, this is the main event. They said 100% Becky has
you know
to
what?
win.
That did change
You have
everything. That did change
you want to
everything.
feel good in New York going out because you do not want that crowd booing the result of this.
And they will.
'Cause
if
they
anybody
will.
else wins.
Or showing up the next night.
They will give 0
the,
Fs.
the Monday
Now,
Night Raw after WrestleMania.
As far as the finish, there is one key thing Ronda has said on social media
Oh, about her armbar?
about her armbar to say your fake ass armbar, using the F word, the fake word here. It's poetic.
repeat that.
It is just poetic for Becky to beat Ronda with that move and have Ronda tap out.
Yeah.
Amen.
That is the poetic ending to the story.
Hallelujah. Okay.
Becky submitting Ronda Rousey.
That would be really cool.
She's already beaten Charlotte. We dealt with that last fall, basically. They've been hyping this since Survivor Series when it was supposed to happen. And
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, Ronda probably would have won at Survivor Series if the match did happen.
Actually, I agree with that. She probably would have.
Yeah, but they were gifted a main event for WrestleMania with Becky getting punched in the face, the blood, the iconic image of her standing there smiling, face swollen and everything. And it happened organically. It's beautiful. We loved it. You said it yourself
Great
on your
Because
1 minute warning.
Because we would have had Survivor Series, and then it might have just been like the end of the whole thing, and then they would have to have
Yeah, and
another-
for all we know, the main event could have been just Ronda versus Charlotte.
not even the main
Honestly,
event.
I think we
it would
all
have
would-
been a non-main event.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I think we all assumed that she would have beat Ronda, and they were going straight into Ronda versus Charlotte,
Yeah.
which is what we had heard since last year. And even Becky kind of mentioned that in her promo tonight. She said last year, Ronda was getting ready for a main event, or for WrestleMania debut. Charlotte won, and they were all ready to set this match up a year in advance.
Yep.
But then someone got in the way. Talking about herself, but yeah exactly.
Now, last year, Ronda had the match of the night in WrestleMania.
Just
Arguably.
because as new as she was, like
As new as she
what
was,
She's
and just
impressive.
as great a story as that match was, it was just perfect in every
Yeah.
way. So it gives me high hopes for this match. I mentioned it in my 1 minute warning. You got the main event. Everyone in front of you is going to try and steal the show.
Charlotte's moonsaulting off something maybe higher.
Absolutely.
Yes, and so
She's gonna go Shane McMahon.
I mean they loaded this card. There's 15 matches on this card if you count the pre-show. Yes, the pre-show counts WWE. This is a huge show. So there's going to be 14 other matches, 14 other spots where people are trying to steal the show and steal the thunder from you. Make sure they don't. Leave this with people thinking, man, what a main event.
Charlotte's
Yeah.
gonna point to the sign and then be like, "Can I flip off that?"
Yeah.
That's
She just,
gonna- No, that
perfect.
Shane's like, "Well, let me show
she's
you."
got to beat Shane to it first.
She's got to flip off the New York crowd. Let's be honest here. And let's face it, if they really want to get to her, they'll start chanting for Cyborg and Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So,
And-
someomes
Someone's going to. I
Yeah.
guarantee.
Honestly,
Especially in New
because
York, right?
yes, yeah.
you keep talking about the reality era, her losing can totally play into what she did when she lost those two matches.
She
How
just
she's
broke
talking
down.
about going home. She cried. She felt defeated. Almost,
Yeah.
You can play into that storyline wise if she does leave for a couple months.
And come
Total
back that
reality,
other way.
yeah.
Now, say Becky wins, submits Ronda. Do we see if the Boston Hug
Well,
win?
we can't now. I was just thinking about. I'm sorry.
Can't
Go
now
ahead.
do the Ultimate Take All.
Yeah, exactly.
You may get a handshake with Charlotte and Becky at the end,
Maybe.
and
Maybe.
then you get Bailey and Sasha come out, and the 4 horsewomen of WWE are signing off with the show.
That could happen.
That could
You can almost
happen.
do it Shield like too.
Yeah, you could do it that way, and then the next night on Raw, you have the 4 horsewomen of MMA make their million. It may not be just Shayna. You could have
You could-
Jasmine and
I don't think there's. I
Marina.
Think it's, I think
Yeah,
it's
they're
still
not
too
ready.
early.
they're not ready, but you can start to build. You can start to build that up for Survivor
They're
Series.
not ready. When does that ever stop,
Yeah,
Vince?
that's a good
Yeah.
point.
I mean, we don't know Ronda's timeline or what her plans are with her husband as far as having kids, if she's even still going to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know,
Stop talking.
She's
that
not,
that's a Survivor Series
she's
match
still
waiting to
not-
happen.
She's
Let's be
still
honest.
not advertised for anything after WrestleMania.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
We see.
you can almost
We
do
shall
it
see.
like NWO style, where Shayna comes out first, like Scott Hall, and then
Yeah.
over time, as they start evening her out, you bring in
As their training
the
gets
other
better.
two. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, those are our picks for WrestleMania.
Jeez,
NXT
God,
TakeOver
we
New
were.
York.
That was a while.
Wow.
I'm
it's a
done.
long
WWE
show.
said, hey, everyone's starting to load their card. We better do something great here. Because guess what? You're going to have to follow your own NXT and Ring of Honor New Japan.
But they didn't necessarily do something great. They just said, let's have a lot of matches where only a
Yeah.
handful of them are really.
But I mean, last year
quality.
they have a lot of matches.
Yeah. So,
Nothing new.
as far as the Hall of Fame this year, we got a good amount of inductees, as we do every year. As the full list here: D-Generation X, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, X-Pac, and China. The Honky Tonk Man, who I thought was in already.
I thought he was too.
Man.
Tori Wilson, Harlem Heat, Booker T, Stevie Ray, Hart Foundation, Bret Hart, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Brutus the Barber Beefcake,
Who I also thought was in.
who honestly was the first heel I ever hated when I started watching wrestling as a kid.
Brutus?
He was just
Yeah,
announced, right?
it was when
What
I started
point was
wrestling. And when I started watching wrestling,
He was barely announced.
he was
right?
just announced this week.
which is kind of late.
When
from
I
what
started wrestling as
understood.
a kid,
He
he was
was.
like in the middle of a feud with Hulk Hogan. So that was like the first heel I remember ever seeing on
Barber
TV.
was? Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to remember what
A long time ago.
Well,
And
'cause
then-
they were friends for a long time, even
Yeah.
on shows. So yeah.
Yeah, this is like when I was a kid. Like
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah. No.
Warrior Award is going to sue, I hope I say this right, Aitchison. She is a 30-year WWE employee credited with spearheading WWE's community outreach and has been largely responsible for developing the partnership WWE has with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which has granted over 6,000 wishes in its time.
So John Cena, you need to thank her.
Yeah,
For real.
definitely. So she's definitely getting a well-deserved Warrior Award inductee. It's pretty cool to see them honoring somebody within their own company, too.
That is really
Like
Yeah,
a
cool.
that they
back
had
office
talked about,
employee,
yeah,
corporate
yeah.
headquarters thing. Now, this week, John
Last
Oliver
week?
picked a great time.
This week.
Last week tonight, but it was Sunday.
Last week tonight, but okay. I see what you did there.
I'm sorry.
John Oliver picked a great time to talk wrestling on his show. If you're not familiar with John Oliver's show Last Week Tonight, he kind of just runs some stories, usually political, sometimes not. It's a funny way of just running these hilarious ads on TV shows he knows Donald Trump watches just to pass the messages along.
I've seen that.
But he talked about the WWE this week. And if you haven't seen the show, I highly recommend
It's a great show.
It's a great show, but this specific episode, he talks about WWE's labor practices, which we've all known for a while how this is set up. If you're not familiar with it or haven't seen this episode, you don't have to have HBO to do it. It is on YouTube. He always puts his stuff out there. Feel free to pause this, go watch that, and come back.
Like
Can
right-
you put
yeah.
a link at the bottom?
I could probably put a link to the actual video here as
yeah,
well.
that's right.
So- Yeah. Okay,
Did
Mike's
they pause
paused.
It's just unpause now. Unpause.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but basically he's talking about WWE's long-running practice of hiring wrestlers as independent contractors, which basically allows them to not have to pay for retirement, not have to provide health insurance, and in essence, they don't provide any travel. They don't provide money for hotel stays. Wrestlers are meant to fend for themselves on that.
Unless it's in their contract. Some of the wrestlers do have that in their contract.
Some do, yeah.
Some do, yeah.
You basically get
Probably
paid
the
as an
top of the
independent
Some-
contractor.
There's a few that I've read that have specifically they get paid their flight and their hotels. So it depends.
just
on
depends.
Depends on your contract.
Now, of course,
Hotel,
we know about the
motel.
whole royalty deal. They get a
Holiday
part of
Inn.
what their stuff sells on
and
WWEshop.com,
everybody
which
gets a different percentage depending on their contract.
And if you're a heel, you're kind of screwed because your stuff's really not going to sell.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but
But
yeah.
this depends. But yeah,
Majority of the time, yeah.
now I got some thoughts from people, specifically my parents, because they're not big wrestling fans. But my mom is the one that first shared that link with me, and Of course, the next day, it was everywhere.
It was. That thing blew up so
Really was. And even CM Punk, who loves Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, tweeted, "My God, I'm on my favorite show." When they talked about him.
fast. That's awesome.
And he even the whole, "I just shit my britches on SmackDown, please retweet." They made him take that tweet down years ago when it happened on SmackDown.
I had forgot that was a thing.
And
So,
he
so
resent
Cena
it.
just right now said,
Cena.
"Just shit my
CM
britches,
Punk.
please retweet."
CM Punk said
CM
that.
Punk just said that
Said
on
Cena.
Twitter again.
And just a quick thing, because that came out of that Cabana interview, that famous one he did.
Yeah, which they
He also
quoted.
talks about after he took it down, he then tweeted something like, "This poop ain't fun anymore," and then he blocked the WWE offices from following him on Twitter. That's what he talks about. In
That's
the interview.
awesome.
And he blocked them. He was like, "Well, just you're always telling me to change stuff. Well, forget
The
it."
thing I like about John Oliver, he does his research.
Yeah.
He really does.
Really
Now, one
does.
thing I didn't know that was in WWE contracts, which surprised me, if you've been injured more than 6 weeks, they can just let you go.
That surprised me too.
And we've said it. WWE has too much talent. They keep these guys signed on the roster. They're just paying them, and they don't want them to go anywhere. They basically want a monopoly of the industry. They're not even using these guys. They're independent contractors, but they're exclusive to WWE, so you're not really independent. You can't go work anywhere. You can't brand for yourself. So
And you
people
get
like
no health insurance.
people like Zack Ryder started his whole internet show, and it took off, and WWE tried to buy it from him. And
Didn't buy it. They just took over it.
yeah,
'Cause they-
Xavier Woods runs Up Up Down Down, which has been a great gaming channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. It's just you're trying to control all these people's lives, which is why AEW for me is a welcome sight. They're hiring everyone as full-time employees. They're
Yeah.
going to get those benefits and everything
Yep.
like that. So on to some comments we had. I'm going to start with my mom because she's the one that shared this with me. I was chatting with her briefly about it last night, and I actually got my dad's comments today. Find out in the blooper reel. He happened to call us right before we started recording.
I can't wait for you guys to see the blooper reel this year. Oh
So
my God.
mom, basically her main thing was that it's pretty sad that Vince has taken advantage of so many people who have put their bodies and health on the line. The thing that she found most disturbing also, and I didn't write it down, but I do remember this, is that the lifespan of wrestlers, how early percentage-wise they die. Randy Savage, Roddy Piper even said, "I'm not going to live to 65." He died at 61. King Kong Bundy just passed away. He was in the 60s as well.
Yep.
Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, the lifespan of wrestlers, as we know, they even referenced Wrestling with Shadows. Owen Hart passing
Yeah.
from an accident in a WWE ring. The Hart family, of course, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, it is.
And as much as I've said I want Owen in the Hall of Fame, it does need to happen. Now, the interesting thing that John Oliver also put forth, too, is about fans, and we'll get to that. As far as my dad's comments, my dad, first of all, he sends me, "Just shit my britches watching this John Oliver episode." Thanks, Dad.
Ever seen the CM Punk tweet again?
But he said, "It follows history of other professional sports. Monopoly is protected with special antitrust exemptions granted by the government. Unionization by players eventually leveled the playing field, but it was a long struggle to get there. The star performers have to be willing to sacrifice and lead the effort."
So somebody needs to start a union.
Yeah.
JC the Body Ventura, as they mentioned, tried to do it years ago, but he didn't really have the backing. He didn't have the motivation to do it. Guys like Roman Reigns, guys like
Cena.
John Cena, the people that they are pushing to the upper echelon, Charlotte Flair even,
Yeah.
people that are benefiting from this system the most need to spearhead the movement to unionize.
But see, I think that's the problem. And I think that's how Vince keeps them, because from things I've heard over the years, the people at the top get taken care of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Orton,
If
Charlotte Flair, they have the bigger contracts.
if you
They
grab
get
the
so
brass
many-
ring, I'll take care of
They
you.
get so many more incentives. So
Yeah,
it's other than their like Punk. And again, he just mentioned this in a podcast. How much is true, I don't know. He cared about the boys and wanted to get them help and stuff, but it's not really in their best self-interest to do that because they're at the top. I mean, he's right, but I think that's how he's kind of McMahon. Like, again, and this is a rumor, so I say allegedly. This is just what I've heard from podcasts and older people from wrestling talking on things. When Ventura tried to do that, basically Hogan being on top influenced the squash from the telling the rest of the boys, don't get involved in this. It's not going to help you.
because he was benefiting the most from it.
Right.
It's just about it's
that's
greed.
just what I've heard allegedly, but that's the stories I've heard about it. And it makes sense in the sense that they're at the top, they're getting the most out of it. So
No.
Yeah, and I know like the women don't get paid nearly as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know that last time I checked, their paying thing, the highest paid person was Rhonda. Second highest paid person was Charlotte. And then after that, it was kind of like the rest of the 4 horsewomen and everybody else, like just going downward. And now I heard that Becky did get a new contract because they want to keep her longer, and she got a raise. So I'm assuming she might be at the same level as, or maybe a little bit less than Charlotte. I have no idea.
You would hope so. Yeah.
I would hope she's the same, but
In the long run, everybody benefits. Another thing Punk mentioned on that podcast, Art of Wrestling with Cole Cabana, was that he tried to get wrestlers to have the ability to get sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Represent on their stuff. They said no, we can't do it. This and that. It's branding. And then Lesnar shows up and he still got sponsors.
and then they got Tap Out sponsor.
Tap out's like a general thing, yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
and he-
Jimmy John still shows up on Lesnar's
And I remember he
tights.
said, Lesnar brought those from UFC, so we understood that. He wasn't even mad at Brock, but he was like, the boys can get some of this too.
Yeah.
But
But Vince wants to be in
again,
control of everything. He
right,
doesn't want
yeah.
anyone to brand for themselves.
And see, I think that's what it kind of comes down to. I do think Vince McMahon cares about the people in general, and obviously more of the higher up people. And I think they played an interview. Was it Bob Costas, the one where he
No,
who was it?
It was
Not Bob-
for Real
yeah,
Sports, but it was a Bob
it
Costas.
was
I
a
forget
Bob
who the
Costas, I
interviewer
forget the guy
was,
was.
but it was in like
in
2003.
his total heel persona, Mr. McMahon from TV, because he was just a total jerk
thing-
about it. Like,
To quote John Oliver, asshole.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like,
Mr. McMahon is an
like,
asshole.
no,
and-
I don't take any responsibility. Like, just
And the
totally.
first thing he says, "What do you think that?"
Yeah, yeah.
He said the
kind of
question back.
deflecting. Yeah.
But in the end, he's a businessman. So if he can keep this system where he gets more money out of it and doesn't have to pay them as much, I don't think he's going to do anything about it.
Do you think that changes when he finally hands the company off to say Triple H?
I feel like Triple H, having been a wrestler and the way he works with NXT, has a better understanding of it. But he's always also married to Stephanie, and he's in the family. I don't know.
It's also
No.
going to depend on the success of AEW.
Yeah.
A lot of people may prefer that because they get the benefits, and it depends how successful AEW is.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Now,
Makes me wonder what the contracts are like in like New Japan.
I had a
you know?
note that's Steady. Steady Geekcaster Steady Ted. He did. I asked him about it today, and he said his one thing is that I'm only going to say one thing: all great dynasties are destined to fail.
And usually from the inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this could be the part of that. Now, WWE issued a statement on it today, and I did tweet this out on the WrestleCast Twitter. First of all, this is in bold print, the headline of their statement. John Oliver ignores facts. John Oliver is clearly a clever and humorous entertainer. However, the subject matter covered in his WWE segment is no laughing matter. Prior to airing, WWE responded to his producers, refuting every point in his one-sided presentation. John Oliver simply ignored the facts. The health and wellness of our performers is the single most important aspect of our business, and we have a comprehensive, long-standing talent wellness program. We invite John Oliver to attend WrestleMania this Sunday to learn more about our company. Knowing John Oliver, he'll show up.
Yeah, I'm about to say yeah. I mean,
He wants to see the contract with your health benefits.
yeah.
Or send
Yes.
a billboard or something.
I mean, he'll. I mean, if you let him talk to your roster, then you might be screwed.
Now,
but, you know.
after this, Pro Wrestling Sheet actually reached out to HBO for a statement and their response. HBO responded, "The show likes to let the segments speak for themselves and will not be available to comment on this." That's the response.
Drop the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of smart.
Drop
I mean,
the
because
mic.
like,
Mic
I like
drop.
the-
Jeez, Louise.
Drop
Tina's
the
a-
mic
no,
works.
but
That
drop the-
works.
drop the
That
mic.
works.
Drop the
That
mic.
works.
Yeah.
Drop the mic does work.
Fist bump. Nailed it.
Tinaism.
That was nothing.
Working on that book. Anyway,
So-
but no, I mean, all of HBO. I mean, come on, John Oliver can say a whole lot of crap and get away with it. So HBO can't say, "Oh yeah, we agree with everything." No, they can't say
As long
that.
as they're making us money on HBO, we're good.
Yes, but I mean,
And to be fair, to play the other side, there's also many wrestlers who have come out and said that WWE paid for their drug rehabilitation, that they have paid for certain surgeries to help people
But
out.
Honestly, how much of that came out after CM Punk had that whole thing, though?
Yeah, that definitely.
Before
Well,
that,
they-
before
that
that,
was-
we
that
never
was-
knew any of this stuff.
of course, a lot of that was probably more after that and the whole Benoit tragedy.
Right,
So-
and
Yeah.
they've offered. I've also heard they've offered to some people who didn't accept it.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So I'm just saying, like, I mean, I don't think it's 100% like evil, but again, I don't think they want to change their system because, especially now that they're making bukus of money,
Yeah.
with the Fox deal, with the Saudi Arabia deal, like
So thinking you have that money.
Yeah,
But
that's
there's
what I was
something
about
you
to
can
say,
change.
yeah.
But I feel like I feel like the businessman's idea is to make as much and then not pay as much.
Yeah.
So I just I
But
don't
it
feel
is.
like
It'll be interesting to see what changes. And Oliver said the fans have to have a voice in this.
Yeah, that was the thing.
And there's Twitter. They check social media. WWE is big on that.
what did you just come up?
Gail had a response to WWE's statement. She said, "No, as a 2-time employee, he actually stated the correct facts and didn't cover it all. That was just some facts. Keep going, John Oliver. Sad part is people aren't surprised, but what does it take for change?" Here's your answer, Gail. What it takes for change is for the fans to get involved. And John did say that. Now, I doubt we're going to get thousands of people at WrestleMania chanting for unionizing.
Dude, that would be the best.
That would be awesome. Signs.
Or-
Competition.
Hashtag unionize wrestlers.
If any McMahon shows up, just we want a union.
Yeah,
Just
that would be awesome.
Like just anything along those lines.
Do you think they would throw posters away if they saw somebody like?
Probably. Or did they start yelling, "Give them health care" or something like that?
Well, if
Make
they-
some shirts, people.
Especially
If you're going to be in the hard cam view.
if they put the union, they can just say they're referring to that old group with Big Show and remember when they carried 2x4s for like a week?
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bob
So-
Holly, I think.
That's part of what it takes. Social media is another thing. Hashtag give divas a chance. Spark change in the WWE.
Yep.
Make up a
That's it.
hashtag.
They still
and
don't
make
get paid
people
as
behind it.
much.
Make them look bad enough, and they'll do.
They
Stuff.
still don't get paid as well, but yeah.
No, but they're on TV. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
see,
true.
well,
Hashtag unionize wrestlers.
well,
There you go.
This doesn't
Let's
make
get
it
that
better,
going.
but that's just a historical problem of them not getting
That's
paid as
true.
much. So
Yeah.
that as sad as that is to say, that's a status quo. Like not just nation. That's a worldwide problem.
Yeah.
So a lot of things need to change for that to work. So
Mr. Worldwide.
Now, I do mention Galen before you sit there and say, hey, she's like you scorn. She's anti-WWE. She's really not. She appreciates that she got her start
still
there.
watches it.
She still watches it. That's why she can comment. But she was there twice. She's been on both sides of it. So
Yep.
she knows the inner workings. Everyone has a different experience there. Obviously, if you ask John Cena about his experience in WWE, he's going to have no problem with it because he benefited so much. The Rock, the same thing. But, yeah, some of the lesser workers, they get treated like shit.
yep,
Just be honest with you. So
yep.
something does need to change. It is a changing world, and AEW is changing the game. If they are successful in their business model and wrestlers are able to see we got somewhere else to go, i.e., hell, the Revival even.
Yeah.
It's been rumored for a while. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows as well. Even rumors Dean Ambrose could make the jump too. His contract is letting it expire. So WB, in some essence, ever since this was announced, has been worried about AEW. And if AEW can show, instead he had a prediction on what their TV deal might be, if they can show that this business model works, they get great ratings, and there's great successful buys and everything like that, and they're making money with full-time wrestlers as employees,
Mm-hmm.
things are going to change. Steady, by the way, would love to see AEW as a Netflix TV show, a weekly Netflix TV show,
That'd be awesome.
which would be great.
That actually would be cool. That'd be similar to what TNA did back in the day when they first started.
Yeah. Now, we know AEW has a TV deal in place. They haven't announced it yet. There's something there. I'm sure they're probably just like waiting to sign off on the contract or something.
But there's something there that wasn't there before. Sorry.
Yeah. But Netflix would be great because it is an over-the-top service. A lot of people are already paying for it and get Netflix more subscribers. And you don't have
Put
to
AEW on there. I bet their subscriber list will shoot up too.
Exactly. So what are your thoughts on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver? Please definitely comment. Let us know. It's a big story. Whether you're a wrestling fan or not, this impacts so many things.
Yeah,
Professional athletes had to fight for this. The Alliance of American Football just basically ceased operations because they couldn't get a deal worked out with the NFL Players Association, which, to be quite honest with you, you do it when the Commanders are kicking ass, and we're looking forward to the playoffs here.
Playoffs.
Playoffs. But football is huge in this country. It still could have worked. You still could have worked a deal out. But sometimes it just these things do take time, as my dad said. So, but you got to get the right people involved. The top people have to be involved in this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that leads us into our 1 minute warning.
I don't have a 1 minute warning.
You don't have one today,
I mean, I could always come up with something.
Tommy? Do you?
Not off the top of my head, I don't, but I can. You know.
I'm thinking it, but I don't know if I do. I don't think so.
Anybody volunteer to go first?
I'll go first.
Mike, want to go
Yeah,
first?
go first,
All right.
Mike.
I'm good with this.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's WrestleMania week. What else can we say? Again, we're all like 30-somethings. We're married, getting married, and here we come year after year, just watching WrestleMania. We complain about it. We are passionate about it, and we talk about it, and we just want that story. We want the new hope. We want that ending. We want that story. I know you're laughing, but like,
It's a great
I
reference.
mean, in the end, that's I think that's what we want out of it, right? We want that story to be fun, and I think for the most part, we want the quote unquote good guy to win. I can't seem to okay. So I just want to be entertained. It's going to be a long show on Sunday and all the wrestling going on, but it's what we've watched all our lives. It's what we enjoy, and we're going to be there, and sticking through all of it. So 3, 2, 1, WrestleMania.
All right. Tommy, you got something?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Here we go, Tommy. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, what I'm going to say is actually something that's, for once, not related to this weekend at all. So, with recent news out of Japan, I'm going to be that guy right now. Pro Wrestling Noah has been really trying to build their brand back up, and they have new owners and everything. And the news for their World Tag League looks like they're doing what they used to do years ago before Suzuki-gun invaded, and they're having stables again. They're having guys form tag. They're getting ready for the tag league. They're forming tag teams. They're trying to form stables again. They have this new young lion as their heavyweight champion, and now could be their perfect time to come up. I mean, you've got guys, looking for work left and right, and everyone who leaves any place is an opportunity for someone who can come up. Like Kaito, who's the heavyweight champion in Noah now, he probably wouldn't have been witnessed not too long ago, but now he's got a chance because everyone's looking for that new young talent. So this is my hope for Noah to come back to that, be that driving force they were years ago. So I'm hoping for that. More competition is good. I know I went over time a little bit.
That's all good. Do you have something?
I don't think so.
Not today?
I got nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
I
All
got
right.
Tina-isms for days.
For
a minute.
Tina-isms for days.
No, I don't.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's a shirt with the
Yes.
CCG logo on the back. Tina-isms for days.
I'll come up with that. That'd be good.
Oh my god. I believe I just.
All
said
right.
Like some kind of angry font on the front.
Let me start mine here. 3, 2.
We're watching you.
Mine is going to be talking about a new show that is quite interesting to me that is about to debut on April 10th. It is called Dark Side of the Ring, and it's going to be on a TV station called Viceland, which is promising to promote wrestling's biggest secrets, everything from the Montreal Screwjob to Fabulous Moolah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a miniseries. April 10th, I believe, is the premiere on Viceland, which, if you're not familiar with that TV station, it used to be H2, which was the History Channel 2.
Oh, okay.
The series itself is going to be narrated by Dutch Mantel,
Really?
Zeb Coulter, for the
Jeez.
WWE people.
Wow.
Yes,
We, the
people.
people.
I'm very intrigued by this. We talked a lot about with John Oliver thing, but wrestling, as great as it is, and we're looking forward to this weekend, WrestleCon, whatever you're doing here this weekend, enjoy wrestling, but definitely keep an eye on this TV series. It's going to be something fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
What's it called again?
Dark Side of the Ring.
Is it true that if you play that in line with The Wizard of Oz, that it syncs up?
I'm leaving now. I'm officially done with this show.
What the hell?
Have you ever heard the Dark Side of the Moon?
Yeah.
You sync it up, it goes exactly with
That could be
Wizard
funny.
of Oz,
That
which
could be
is
funny. It is.
I'm officially through
six-episode
with you,
series.
and I will demand that you get out of this recording right now.
Look, bad puns. It's my life.
Okay, that's fair.
Bad jokes and puns.
That is our 1 minute warnings. I'm sure we'll have more.
for mine. I
Except for
don't
yours,
have
it's
one.
all
I don't have
good.
one.
So, this weekend, it's a huge wrestling
Oh my
weekend.
God.
There's a lot. So here's the details. You ready?
what's
Here
going
we
on?
go.
So what's happening this week? I heard something's happening. What
Friday
happened?
night, April 5th, 2019
Friday.
at 6 p.m. Central Time. Kickoff shows at 5 p.m. is NXT Takeover New York from the Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, and it will be on WWE Network. Then the next day at Madison Square Garden,
MSG.
Ring of Honor New Japan G1 Supercard.
No presso.
Or Japanese translator over here. 6:30 p.m.
like
Central
Little
Time. The pre-show at 5:30 p.m. For our preview of that, definitely check out last week's episode of it as well. It is on traditional pay-per-view and Fight TV for $40. But New Japan World subscribers get it free.
Oh, gee.
And Ring of Honor Club subscribers, whether you are a regular subscriber or VIP, you also get it for free.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I guess they probably couldn't lose out to New Japan, which is just one price for
No.
everything.
So now is a great time if you're not subscribed to get in the Honor Club or join New Japan World. So if you're on one of those, you're getting it for free this weekend.
And I will
Saturday
say,
night.
get New Japan World and go back and watch the New Japan Cup. Holy crap, those are some great matches.
Honor Club just sounds like their response to the Bullet Club.
It
Kinda
kind of,
maybe.
yeah.
They've had it running for a while though.
Yeah, but you're not wrong.
And while you're watching that on your TV, on your tablet or phone, you could be watching the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony, which is Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time
Could always watch it later.
from
yeah.
the Barclays Center in New York on WWE Network.
In all seriousness, though, I've heard they've tried to take steps to prevent like one person from just going on and on.
Yeah.
Like I heard they're not going to have
Well,
people inducting them.
I heard when they found out about the ROH New Japan show that's why they switched
NXT.
NXT
Yes.
to Friday.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was
Yep.
literally the smartest move they could do.
Yeah.
Yep. And two-time Hall of Famers going in this year, as we mentioned. Shawn Michaels will be a two-time Hall of Famer. Booker T will be a two-time Hall of Famer. Bret Hart will be a two-time Hall of Famer. And then again, Triple H in the future will become a two-time Hall of Famer. Interestingly enough, there is no celebrity
And then,
to win this year.
and then a three-time Hall of Famer when Evolution goes in. Let's just be honest.
Evolution doesn't deserve to be in. Yes, I said it.
Oh, discuss.
individually
That's the future
or
might
as
win
a
it.
group.
As a group, they do not. I don't think they are deserving of a Hall of Fame entrance. That's my
Like,
honest
you're
opinion.
not wrong, but then so many individuals have got in that kind of like
It's true.
they just
I
wrestled.
get that, but
yeah.
I don't think
I see
they're
what
Hall of
you're
Fame
saying.
worthy. I'm sorry.
I got you.
There was a group thrown together because Triple H needed another T-shirt to sell.
All right, Batista, you're just buying his promo.
I agree.
Anyway,
I'm just kidding.
And then, of course, WrestleMania 35. And they make it a big deal because
Granddaddy of them all.
Vince likes multiples of 5.
Showcase of the Immortal.
Sunday, April 7th at 6 p.m. Central Time. The
Thrill
kickoff
in
show,
Manila.
6
Oh,
p.m.
wrong one.
Central. 6 p.m. Kickoff show's at 4. It's a
talking to
2-hour
someone
pre-show.
specifically?
Isn't that the kickoff show on like what is it? What is
Part of it's on USA, isn't it, or something like that? or-
TBS or USA?
It might be on USA. Are they going to do that again this
I
year?
don't think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
Check on
that-
that.
I remember
Might
seeing
even be
that.
on their YouTube channel for
You
a
No,
while.
I-
you
no,
kept
I-
repeating 6 p.m. I feel personally attacked.
No, I really.
It's not you. It's somebody else.
Okay.
You're just late in general.
No, I'm pretty sure
That's
I saw
fair.
that they're gonna have the
That's
pre-show or the kickoff show on USA Network.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey is the venue, and it's going to be, of course, on WWE Network. Free for a month for new
Oh,
subscribers.
and real quick, to like the 3 or 4 people I know who are going to be there in the building, forget y'all. I'm kidding. I love y'all guys. I know people who live in that area who are going to be at the show.
Okay, cool.
Buy
That's
us
awesome.
souvenirs.
Please wait, sign this at Unionize Wrestlers.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, dude, I need to tell them that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good idea. I'll message them tonight.
And next week, we'll be recapping the entire WrestleMania weekend.
How long freaking
We'll try and get through it. There's a lot of wrestling happening in April. There's a lot happening. Yes, we're going to get a big TNA pay-per-view later on this month as
Question.
well. Yes.
What will be longer, the recap show or Avengers Endgame?
It better be Avengers Endgame.
I know you're joking, but
I know.
Oh my gosh. Twitter account at @CCG_WrestleCast. Subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel for more WrestleCast episodes. Feel free to send us your thoughts, your predictions on what we discussed today and the G1 Supercard. And, of course, your thoughts about last week tonight with John Oliver and about wrestlers possibly being unionized. ACH, yes. As far as Geekcast news, our latest episode, which should be coming out soon, it might already be out already by the time this posts to YouTube, we are discussing Batman's 80th birthday.
I had one more thing to say.
Oh,
How is he still moving?
The rumor was that I don't know if that's true or not. It might not be true now that I'm thinking about it. But there was a rumor that they were gonna have one more match on Takeover, and it was gonna be ACH and someone.
Oh.
Like
That'd be
I
pretty
guess
cool.
like a
Maybe a partner.
like
Albert
a
Hardy
like
Jr.
a like a fast match.
Real quick,
Okay.
do y'all think especially for this NXT takeover, to do like a battle royal for all the NXT people that aren't in would devalue, like it wouldn't be as cool on that type of
I
show?
think
or-
I think NXT is not the place for that on a pay on a
No.
takeover.
Just
You
wondering.
have 5 matches in 3 hours. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Just on opinion.
But
Yeah.
I think I heard somewhere that he was going to
I hope so.
be on a match. But that,
Possibly a dark match, you think?
yeah, either a dark match or he was going to be in like one of those like kind of like that one year. Was it last year?
Uh-huh.
I don't even know if it was WrestleMania, but It was Matt Riddle and Chris Hero, and it was not an announced match, and it just kind
No,
of.
that was just like earlier this
That
year.
was
or last year, technically.
That was SummerSlam, I think.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they've done that where they just didn't announce.
Yeah,
the
that's
match.
true, too.
They just
Yeah, that's true.
did a match, and you're just
So,
like, what?
ACH or I guess Albert Hardy now, if you're on there.
Maybe it'll be a pre-show match.
Steve Joe back.
They
Steve,
have a 1-hour pre-show
Steve Carino's third favorite Hardy.
Yep.
again.
I love that joke. I'm sorry.
Looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be a hell of a party, and that's why I'm taking Monday off from work because I'm going to be pretty tired. So, until next week, this is Tommy.
Thank you, guys.
That's Mike.
Pointing to the WrestleMania side.
Oh, yeah. I have a sign there. Kind of. My beautiful wife, Tina.
Where's it at?
I don't know.
Bye, guys.
Just imagine it's there. And I'm JC. Enjoy WrestleMania. If you're going to WrestleCon, if you're 18 and older, look up what Joey Ryan is selling. For
I'm so jealous of you. Have anybody going to?
And to Hybrid School of Wrestling, congrats on the new building.
Yes, good for you guys.
Go visit them. They're going to be at WrestleCon as well.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so they're going to have a table. I think they have Chris Masters and MVP as well
Yeah.
at their
Yeah,
table. So
their table.
they got some big things coming up. We'll
okay
try and
over
get
there?
a discussion with Chris Marvel. He wants to go see Joey Ryan and touch it.
I'll give
touch
you,
it.
I'll give you the $30, Tommy.
We're leaving after talking about Joey Ryan.
No,
With
Batista's
everyone
gonna be like,
remember,
give me what I want.
pro wrestling is real. People are fake. Happy WrestleMania
We
weekend,
out.
everyone.
So if you want to subscribe to the channel, click right here.
And if you want to watch more WrestleCast videos, I got 3 words for you. Click right here.